I didn't say nothing to her. I immediately left out because I just could not believe what the fuck I had just seen. Like, I couldn't believe it. Video. So today's video is gonna be a story time, and y'all, this is some tea, okay? So make sure y'all watch the whole video. And this story time is going to be about the time I found out my best friend was fucking my nigga. Like, let's just get straight into the story. So, I'm not telling this story to like bash nobody or tarnish their character or anything of that nature. This is just some real life shit that has happened in my life. Like, this is real life, like real life. And I just need to talk about it. So, y'all, I got my snacks cause it's juicy or whatever. Okay, so let's just start by saying, like, I love my best friend. Like, I have never wanted to like ever fall out with her over something like this, but it's just all the things that happened behind this situation. Like, we didn't fall out because she fucked him or whatever, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. We fell out because of the situation and the things that has happened behind the situation, behind my back. Like, so fast forward, I was talking to this dude or whatever, and you know, like, you know how I be when you be fucking with a nigga or whatever. So I'm talking to him, and I was talking to dude or whatever, and around the time I was talking to him, I had an iPhone before, like in the past, but around this time I didn't have an iPhone. I had a Galaxy S5. Now, around this time when I first started talking to him back in 2016 going into 2017. However, like, he was never the type of person that was like, we was in a relationship, but you know, like how you always in a situationship. Like, I was in a situationship with him. So anyways, one time I had wanted to talk to him, and I had felt like he had my number blocked or whatever. So around this time, my best friend, I couldn't even get into that part yet. So mind you, my best friend and my dude had been around each other several times, because if I'm with him and she with me, then of course we gonna be together, like we all was just cool or whatever. So, however, one time I wanted to see her phone to text him. And y'all know, like, how iPhones, like, if you type in a number, or like I don't know, like with the new updates, but back then, like, if you type in a number in the texting, I think you still do it, but if you type the number, like a new message, and you type the number into the texting, the messages will pop up or whatever. So I typed his number in to text him, because I had been texting him all day. Like, even when I was at work and everything, I had been texting him, and he haven't been texting me back. So I'm like, okay, maybe he got me blocked or something. Cause mind y'all, it was just so much that had so much shit that I was dealing with to deal with this nigga. Like, he had a baby mama. They was living together. Now mind y'all, I didn't know this at that time. So I asked my best friend, can I see her phone or whatever? And I typed his number in, and they already got messages. So the messages was like, you want to go to the movies one, or you go to work? And she like, yeah, whatever, whatever. So I never asked her about the messages because I said something to him, but at the same time, it's like, you be in denial. Like, I was in denial about it. And I just wouldn't believe, like, my best friend wouldn't be all extra friendly with my nigga, or my best friend wouldn't be doing this with no nigga that I conduct myself with, period. Let's fast forward. So those messages had happened or whatever. So I probably say weeks go by or whatever. Mind y'all, my best friend, she visiting from out of town because she didn't live in Michigan no more. She had moved out of town. So she had text. So it was like one day I was at work or whatever, and both of them had just been texting me like, what time you get off and stuff like that. Now my best friend was telling me, she asked me because she wanna go out with her boyfriend, and at the time she did have a boyfriend or whatever. So she like, I wanna go out with what's the name, but cause y'all, I'm not gonna say no names. She wanted to go out with Babe or whatever. She wanted to go out with her Babe. So she like, you know, I wanna hang out with Babe, but I wanna get home before you get off work, so mama won't be tripping. Now at this time I was living at home with my mama, y'all. And if my best friend was visiting from out of town, more than likely she was coming to our house, or she would be at her grandma's house, but it was just born at her grandma's house, so she was at my house. She would even be at my house while I would go to work. So like, this was like my family, like for real. So, mind you, my boo had been texting me all day, like, what time you get off? I'm gonna come over when you get off work, and stuff like this and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get off or whatever, and my best friend, she's not home yet. So I get off work. I end up stopping, get me some food, stopping, got gas, then I went home when I got off. So he's texting me like, I'm about to be heading that way. Do you want something from Coney Island? I'm like, no, I had just stopped. I literally had just got Coney Island. Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, that is the only thing that's open besides McDonald's and shit, but Coney Island is open. So around the time I was getting off at like 1:30, around that time, and I would make it home about 2 o'clock. So, I made it home or whatever, and mind you, my best friend wasn't there yet. So she had texted me like, you know, had the back door open and stuff like that. That was prior to me getting off and me even making it home. So I had somebody open the back door for her. Now mind y'all, I thought she was already there, so I never went to go check to see if the back door was still open or if it was backlocked or nothing. So I just left it as it was. Now once I got settled in to get ready to eat my food, I didn't have nothing to drink. So I'm about to head out the door, y'all. This was nothing but God. Like literally, if I did not have nothing to drink, I would have never known what was going on behind my back, or what was about to start happening behind my back. So I'm walking out the door. I see his car pull up. Now she gets out his car, runs to the back of the house. She running to the back of the house. I hurry up, I close the door. Like when you open the front door, they can't really see that you opened the door because it's like a bush right there. So if I open it just a little bit enough to just see his car, I didn't open it like all the way, like I'm just standing in the door, but I did see his car. So they can see me, but I can't see them. So she gets out the car, she grabs her purse, she runs into the back of the house. I hurry up, I close the front door. Now I close the front door and I go into the kitchen. So as she's coming through the door, I'm in the kitchen, so we meet each other. Now when I say the look on this girl's face, like if she could shit everything she ever ate out, she would have shitted right there. Everything she ever ate, she would have just shitted on herself. So around this time, so when I seen her, I didn't say nothing to her. I immediately left out because I just could not believe what the fuck I had just seen. Like,
play in my face. Do not Do not play in my face, because I don't play in yours.
Couldn't believe it or whatever. And I gets in my car. I call him. I'm like, did you? I text him because I had no words to say. Like, I had no words to say, bro. Like, I could not believe what the fuck I had just seen. So I had text him like, you might as well come get this bitch and take her home because I just seen you drop her off. And he like, huh, what you talking about? I'm like, so you didn't just drop my best friend off at this house? He's talking about some no. I'm like, I just seen you. Like, I literally just seen you driving. That was you. You threw a fucking Patron bottle out at the corner. Like, I seen you. I seen them. I literally seen them. Like, it was just so crazy because back then I was so in denial. And the story that she had told me how they ended up together was because her and her boo was at the gas station and she seen him and she got in the car with him because he was going that way anyways. That don't make sense, bitch, because not only did she get dropped off by him, but mind y'all, I told y'all he asked me that I want something from Coney Island. Why the fuck did she have Coney Island? Like, why do you have Coney Island? So y'all went to Coney Island together too? That don't make sense. Mind y'all, prior to her even coming back home that night and stuff like that, she had been out at a hookah bar and all this and all that. Whole time she was with him. She's supposed to have been talking to his friend or whatever, but the whole time they planned it off, they with each other. So fast forward. That was the second situation. Now the third situation was one time I was pregnant or whatever by him. And she had got so toxic around this time because she wasn't even an issue no more. But he had been living with a baby mama. Not only was he living with a baby mama, after the baby mama had moved out, you know, we started getting closer, whatever. I got a key to his house. We in deep. Now, once he never took the key back. I don't think, did he take the key back? He never took the key back. Okay, so everything was good with us. Like, I had a key to his house. We weren't really having that much, like, shit going on. Besides, like, he was, around this time, he was messing with this other. So, anyways, girl, I ain't gonna get into, that's a different story time for a different day. Like, this nigga is, y'all, through hell and fucking back. Listen, literally. So, one time, this was the third thing. This how I found out, like, that they was physically fucking. No. I go to a block party and it's a block party for Demonte or whatever. Now Demonte is my childhood, like my middle school friend, and he had passed away. You know, like they have a candlelight for him every year. So I had seen one of my close friends, and she is a mutual friend with my best friend also. And it used to be three of us. Like 3 of us used to be together all the time. We was all best friends. And she like, you know, where your best friend or whatever. I'm like, you know, she back at home, because back at the time, she was back out the state, back where she lived. And I'm like, she at home or whatever. And she like, I'm like, but I haven't really been talking to her. Now, around this time, when I told my friend that I haven't been talking to my best friend, it really was true. I'm like, I haven't been talking to her for real because I think she fucking my nigga. My friend just told me out the blue, like off the bat, immediately. No hesitation, no questions, no nothing. She like, she is, bro. I said, what you mean? She talking about some blase split, came, got her hair done, and she told me that your best friend was fucking him. Now the girl that told my friend this is somebody that's like this to both of us, or that was like this to both of us. So everybody know that you're fucking this man and I don't know. Like, that shit is weird. That shit is crazy. Like, I could not fucking believe. Like, I could not believe this. Like, I could not believe it. So, when I tell y'all I left that fucking candlelight so fast, he had to be to work at 10 o'clock. And I knew he left out at like 9:50 because his job was literally 3 minutes away from his house. So I left, and so mind y'all, I had a key, and he wasn't expecting me to just pop up because like pop up for what? I know he about to go to work, and sure enough, when I got there, his car was started up. He wasn't in his car. Excuse me, he wasn't in his car yet. So I go to his door. I began to open the door. I'm walking through. Why the fuck? Why the fuck was this man in there with another girl? Like, he was, not only did I find out the truth, so I had asked him, he done picked me up, threw me out the apartment, took my keys, took his key off, telling me to leave, and I just left because for one, I was already embarrassed because it was a girl in there. And then I just could not believe, like I literally just, you know, like how you just had one of them cries, like you just so hurt, one of them strong cries, like you just gotta bang on something, you just gotta scream. Like that was one of the cries I had because like I could not believe that my best friend was fucking this man. Once he got to work, he had called me, he was just like, who told you this and all that? And I had lied. I made it seem like she told me first so he can tell me, because I'm like, she told me, just tell me the truth. And he just got to spilling all the fucking tea. He just got to spilling all the tea, like, he just got to spilling all the tea. And it was just so crazy because y'all, mind y'all, one time I got pregnant, but I ended up getting an abortion because it was just so much shit already going on with him. And the number one person behind my back, the number one person that was telling me to no, don't have that baby, don't do this and don't do that, was fucking this man behind my back. Got spilling the beans like, I told you she wasn't your friend and all this and all that. So I screenshot the messages and I sent it to her and I said, it's nothing you can say to me, it's nothing you can do. Like, I just can't believe how foul you've been playing. The proof is there. He already told me, and not only that, you was fucking him actively more than one time, like on a consistent basis. Bitch, he was coming to your house. You was letting him come to grandma's house. Like, you was disgusting. Flat out. It just be so messy because still to this day, she think that shit is funny and she think that shit cute and she still joke about it. But like, bitch, you really a whore. And then it's like, you know, when you fall out with somebody and you know y'all fall out and y'all stop talking, girls are so spiteful, like they will get to telling your business and doing all that. And I could have put shit on the floor. Like, she had a boyfriend and every fucking thing. I could have just aired every fucking thing, like, for what? You know, like, what is we gonna get out of this? And it was just so crazy because even after finding out they had did what they did, I kind of like forgave both of them. But I stopped talking to her and I still kept talking to him. So it was like, if I was gonna cut her off, I should have cut him off too. Or if I was gonna cut him off, I should have cut her off too. I should have never picked a side, but it was toxic. It was the dick, head, immaculate. Like, it was that type of stuff, but other than that, it was not beneficial in no way. I lost weight like crazy. And once I was able to be myself again, it was like, damn, I really was dealing with this nigga. Like, it's like the only thing that I was hurt about for real was the fact that my best friend was doing all this behind my back. And she was telling me to get an abortion. She was telling me to leave him alone. She was telling me he ain't shit. She was telling me all the shit your best friend gonna tell you when you fucking with a nigga that you shouldn't be fucking with. She was telling me. Whole time, she fucking with him. Whole time, she fucking him. Whole time, she liking him. The shit was so crazy, bro. The shit he was telling me that she was saying, and it was like, wow. Y'all, leave a comment and tell me if I was wrong, because after everything happened, I still talk to him and not her. Or tell me if I'm wrong, if I should have worked it out with my best friend and cut him off completely. Like, leave a comment and then tell me how y'all feel about this. Like, why did I have to find out from a mutual friend at a candlelight at that? Like, I already have been crying all day, emotional and shit. Like, this story time. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Love y'all.